Well, Los Angeles officials organized a celebration on the LA Aqueduct's 100th anniversary last Friday. More than 50 Inyo and LA officials and citizens attended, and so did roughly 30 protesters. Bennett Kessler was there and has this report.
To those who see the damage still done by Department of Water and Power pumps, who know of heavy-handed land dealings, not enough water for ranchers, and fear of what feels like colonial power, a celebration of the 100th anniversary of the Los Angeles Aqueduct at the Museum in Independence seemed in poor taste. But Inyo officials, residents, media, and LA officials spent a cordial 2 hours in the Eastern California Museum before formal comments. Outside, though, some 30 protesters displayed signs that 100 years of the aqueduct was no celebration for Inyo. Native American leader Harry Williams said it was not a celebration for the people.
No, it's not a celebration for us. We love Mother. This is our homeland, and we really are here to protest and to show the people of LA and some council members and members of the general public that we are tired of being treated just like a water resource and having all the area just destroyed because LA wants water, and so they put on their land and their lawns and their trees. So we are here to show them how we feel.
DWP General Manager Ron Nichols said that it would be wrong not to recognize some of the controversy around such a mammoth-scale project as the aqueduct. He said the relationship between Los Angeles and the Owens Valley has been tested, quote, sometimes to a very thin wire. Nichols said he firmly believes that, quote, we can make the best of the collective interest and uses of Owens Valley for mutual benefit, and we're working hard toward doing that. But he said it requires parties to come together. He said, we've been doing more of that coming together lately. And it's in that spirit, he said, that we are standing here today to recognize this centennial. Nichols may have meant the recent LA Times story and the resolution of conflicts in Mammoth Lakes, the Mono Basin, and 40 acres. However, the much larger matter of the Owens Valley remains mired in basic disagreements. Asked earlier in the day why LADWP won't just admit that lowered groundwater kills plants, Manager Nichols said, Inyo County will not accept a reasonable method of getting to that. And so it goes. A kind of celebrity visitor to the aqueduct party was Christine Mulholland, great-granddaughter of William Mulholland, the famous engineer who designed and built the aqueduct. I talked to her during an interlude in the event. What do you think of the Owens Valley?
I think it's just amazing. I've never been to the Owens Valley, and I've always heard since I was a child of the family history. And for instance, when we would come from the San Joaquin Valley down to visit Grandma and Grandpa when we were little kids, and we'd go by Sylmar, and Daddy would say, there's Grandpa's waterfall, when we would see the cascade. And so I have all these family stories, but to actually be here, I don't know, I've felt a little emotional at times today. There's something of the ages up here that I feel, and going out to the intake was, I just feel like I'm really right in the center of history, that it's really palpable, that you can reach out and touch it and see it, and to imagine the incredible work.
Mulholland said her great-grandfather was the spearhead and the visionary to be able to bring the water to what would have remained a, quote, dusty little town south of San Francisco. Does she have a view on the perpetual conflict between LADWP and people of the Owens Valley?
I'm one of those people who believe in let's all get along, you know, and if we can't figure it out today, let's come back again tomorrow and talk about it. I feel like that with world affairs too. I'm sick and tired of people fighting each other for all kinds of reasons that people fight each other. I really believe that there are ways to work through issues.
Perhaps the most significant remark came from LA City Councilman Tom LeBong, who said to the crowd, "Thank you for the water," on behalf of the people of Los Angeles. No one could remember a thank you from LA in all those 100 years. From the city that dominates the land and wants to get all the water they can get, according to their city charter, gratitude has been absent in the relationship. And a testimony to the Owens Valley resentments stood around the museum in the form of sheriff's deputies ready to protect if necessary. Officers had earlier checked out the courthouse and the museum for explosives or other dangers. But only disciplined protests marked the deep-seated clash.
Well, this event is reportedly the only celebration of the Aqueduct Centennial scheduled for the Owens Valley. Most of the celebrating will take place in Los Angeles up to the Centennial in November. Well, Bennett Kessler filed this following report. As usually, reliable sources had predicted to Sierra Wave Media, Mammoth's town manager Dave Wilbrecht resigned, and the Mammoth Town Council appointed Assistant Town Manager Mariana Marashiva Martinez to take over as town manager. Now, after last week's closed session of the town council, Mayor Matthew Lehman said that the council had voted to accept Mr. Wilbrecht's resignation and appointed Martinez. Asked why Wilbrecht resigned, the mayor said, quote, "I can't say anything about Dave Wilbrecht," end quote. Mayor Lehman did answer questions about the actual council vote on these matters. Now, he said that the vote to accept Wilbrecht's resignation was 4-1, with Mayor Pro Tem Rick Wood voting no. Now, the vote to appoint Martinez was also 4-1, but this time it was Councilman John Eastman who voted no. Now, why did the council rapidly appoint Martinez without public discussion or recruitment of other applicants? Lehman said, quote, "We've had an opportunity to work with her, and the majority of the town council was comfortable with her skill set," end quote. Now, Lehman said past candidates for town manager had not impressed him. "She is an outstanding candidate with strengths that outweigh weaknesses," Lehman said. Now, to comments that Martinez has a chilling effect on employees, Lehman said, quote, "I don't find that. She's very direct and matter of fact. It's a different type of leadership style," end quote. Now, Martinez will continue to make the same amount that she has made as assistant town manager. Town Finance Department information said that her base salary is $208,000, and with PERS, the amount equals nearly $245,000. Martinez lives in a town-owned condo and receives travel expenses. Martinez's permanent residence is in the South Pasadena area. Now, to public complaints that Martinez is not a local resident, the mayor said that she will work in Mammoth 4 days per week and 1 day from home. He said, quote, "She's been very effective and she works far beyond 8 hours. I receive texts and emails from her on town business late at night." Well, a press release from the Mammoth Lakes Police Department notes that in an effort to offset some of the impact resulting from the loss of 7 sworn officers, the Mammoth Lakes Police Department has been moving forward on developing reserve and volunteer programs and evaluating various forms of technology to help make the Mammoth Lakes Police Department more efficient and effective. Now, the following are some of the programs on which the Mammoth Lakes Police Department is moving forward, including a reserve officer program. Now, on February 6th, the town council approved the establishment of pay scales for reserve officers, and those will be level 1 reserve, $25 an hour, level 2 reserve, $23 an hour, and level 3, $20 an hour. Now, providing pay for reserve officers will make the Mammoth Lakes Police Department competitive with other local agencies that have reserve programs and serve as a recruitment and retention tool, according to that press release. Now, anyone interested in learning more about the Mammoth Lakes Police Department Reserve Program should contact Sergeant Mark Moskowitz at 760-934-2011. Now, the press release also notes that many police departments benefit from active volunteer programs where trained volunteers assist police personnel by staffing front counters, completing reports, and providing community patrols. Now, retired Sergeant Karen Smart has agreed to manage the MLPD's volunteer program, and at some time in the future, information will be released about the types of volunteer work that will be available, as well as the selection criteria. Now, anyone interested in volunteering with the Mammoth Lakes Police Department should be on the lookout for news releases announcing the start of that program. And the Mammoth Lakes Police Department is also moving forward with technological advances on several fronts, and according to the press release, they include an online reporting system where certain crimes can be reported online, an online crime and traffic report purchase program where victims of crimes and parties in traffic collisions can purchase copies of those reports online, as well as access to surveillance cameras at the North Village and surveillance cameras at the Volcom Brothers Skate Park. Now, the press release states that the Mammoth Lakes Police Department is also exploring other technology that will make the MLPD more effective in addressing crime, the fear of crime, and quality of life issues. We'll be back with more news.